Hey, I'm Lauren Schaefer, and today I want to talk to you about the Professor M scenario. Now, right off the bat, you might have a couple questions like, why should I even care about the Professor M scenario? What is it? How do I install it? Well, the Professor M README has answers to those questions, but today I want to walk you through the answers step by step in this video. So let's start with the big question, why should you even care about the Professor M scenario? Well, if you want to do any of the tutorials related to Uncon 2017, and trust me, they are great, you're going to want to do them, then you're going to need to have an instance of Sugar running with the Professor M scenario installed. So, what is the Professor M scenario? Well, let me give you a little backstory. We decided that we want all of the tutorials related to Uncon 2017 to have a common theme. So we got all of the engineers together in a room and we brainstormed ideas for this tutorial theme. Now, we took a vote and the winning idea was Professor M's School for Gifted Coders. Now, I have a computer science degree, but admittedly, I'm very weak in geek culture. I know nothing about superheroes. I mean, if they had picked Dancing with the Stars, I would have been all over it. I could tell you everything there is to know, but we picked superheroes. So let me, the person who knows nothing about superheroes, attempt to explain the Professor M scenario to you without infringing upon any trademarks. Here we go. So, Professor M is based on a famous professor in the superhero world. And in our case, Professor M stands for Professor Merrim. I know many of you know developer advocate Matt Merrim. So, Professor M has decided to use Sugar to manage his school. Pretty smart guy, right? So Professor M has created a customized version of Sugar, and this is what it looks like. So Professor M has three primary use cases. First, he wants to manage his people. So he's got modules to manage his applicants, his students, both former and current, and his professors. Second, he wants to manage supergroups. So apparently superheroes don't always work individually. Sometimes they work together. So here, Professor M has a supergroups module. And finally, Professor M has a not-for-profit school, so he wants a way to manage his donations, which he does here in this donations module. Now, those of you who are familiar with Sugar might notice that these are customized modules based on the traditional built-in modules. So let's talk about what those are. So supergroups is typically known as accounts. Applicants is typically known as leads. Students is typically known as contacts. Professors is actually a brand new module. Donations is typically known as opportunities. And funding line items is typically known as revenue line items. So that's a high-level overview of the Professor M scenario that you'll be using for all of the tutorials related to Uncon 2017. Now, I'm going to take a quick break behind the scenes and uninstall this so I can start from scratch and show you how to get the Professor M scenario installed on your own machine.